We scroll, we like, we DM. But here's the real question. Is social media really bringing us closer or slowly making us lonelier? Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome to Think Talk Spill, the space for bold thoughts and open conversations where we share what's really on our minds. Come on, let's dive in. So, what does being connected really mean? And what does it mean to be lonely, right? And we understand that being connected is the bringing together of different people from like different parts of, an association or the world, right? And being lonely is the direct opposite of that, and being, away from the real happening, right? Being lonely can also be like an emotional thing. So, social media feels like it's connecting us and bringing us together, which it is, right? Connecting us with friends across the countries, connecting us with our families that are away, connecting us to communities, to movements, to, different things that it is that we do not even know that are even happening. But at the same time, it also feels like it's really isolating, and there's now a disparity between real life connections and online connections, where like you compare your likes to friendship. Oh, they liked my post. Wow, cool. You're really not. Do you really know that person, right? And then you now have a lot of online friends, a lot of people are called their followers to their type of friends that they have. But in the real world, you just have yourself. You've not spent time building your own friendships and all that, right? So there are two sides to this social media thing, being connected and being lonely, right? And we're going to touch on those topics. So talking about the connected side and then talking about the lonely side, I'll take the connected side first. So the connected side, brings you closer to your friends and families, both across the country, at home and abroad. For me, it's very beautiful that I can connect with my friends, my mom, and we keep tabs on each other every other day, right? There's the bonding of communities, like-minded people that does the same type of thing that you do, people that are like-minded. You guys have the same type of job, same type of hobbies, communities, support groups. And again, the surplus amount of information it is that we have online, right? It connects a lot of people together, right? But then now the lonely side is that we tend to have surface level friendships, right? Where there's no time bonding with each other. Even surface level relationships, even with your siblings and your families and your partners, where you guys spend more time on your screen rather than in real time bonding with each other. And now it now breeds this comparison culture whereby people see things online and believe that that is how their life should be. And then you see, your friends that you guys were in secondary school together, and then they're doing great and you're not doing so great according to you, right? And then you be like, oh, their life is so beautiful, their life is so great, I should have done this. And then you start to have low self-esteem, which you shouldn't be having, right? Because sometimes half of the things that we see on social media are not real. I'd like to know your point, right? But half of the things we see on social media are not real, right? And then you begin to have this low self-esteem, you begin to go into depression and start to have this comparison with the things that are going on and what you're doing, right? All those things are kind of like bothersome on the flip side, right? But then also it has its good side, because for me now, one of the social platforms that I use mostly is like Snapchat, right? And I keep streaks with my friends. I've been keeping streaks with my friends since I was in university, right? And then we keep tabs on each other. They know what it's that I do almost every day. I know what it's that they do every day. That's how we kind of like keep tabs, even if we're not doing so great at seeing each other as often as we should, because we're supposed to be bonding. That's what real friendship is about, not really online friendship, right? So a lot of people now substitute, oh yeah, we can just have a video call or we can just talk, rather than taking time out to see each other. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like crazy how it has both its benefits and the other, strange side to it. And I just believe that, there has to be some sort of balance personally, because we cannot take away both the negatives and the positives from the impact of social media on, young individuals and even old individuals, everybody, to be very honest. And one other thing that I found very interesting, which can pass as a negative side, is how easily content or information can be altered on social media, right? And we might not be digesting the best, form of content, form of information. So we don't really know what's real and what's not anymore. Do you get me? So that's just what I feel. So someone asked me what I really think about social media, and somebody else answered the question, and the person was like, social media is a tool whereby it can be negative or positive, right? That can either be for good or for bad, right? Depending on who is using it. And there was a meme that they used in depicting that, there's a meme where Thanos with 5 stones, infinite stones, and Iron Man was in the same picture, and then Thanos used that stone to wipe out the world, and then Iron Man used that same stone with the hand to bring back the world, right? So that just goes to explain, and which I find very profound, to explain that depending on who is using this tool called social media, or you as a person, right, you determine how well it affects you, and also being able to filter and digest. Because I personally, I like how it connects me with my friends, with my mom, right, both home and abroad, and I'm able to keep in touch with them every single day. So it helps in that regard. But at the same time, it should not be used to replace human real connections, right? We should not say, oh yeah, let's just jump on a video call, when you could just take out time to actually see this person, right? So yeah, I would really like to know what it is that you think and how social media makes you feel. Do you get? I'd like to know what's your take on this topic. So drop your takes in the comments, and I'll be responding to as much as I can, right? I really like to know where you guys' heads at, right? So this is Think Talk Spill, where your opinions matter and we share what's really, really on our minds. Hit that subscribe button, share your thoughts in the comments, and share this video to a friend that spends long hours on their phone. Send to your partner as well, so it doesn't keep both of you that are close together apart, and bring you closer to the people that are far away. And that brings us to the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.